لك بالحياة فالله قد مدح الحياة وهو الحيي إذا رأى عبدا تضرع بالدعاء.
I'm gonna have to mute you real quick if you're not gonna talk, if you let me talk, okay? So what I meant by clear the air is I just wanted to explain it. That's what I meant. I'm not trying to apologize to you. I called you a hypocrite because if your book is confirming the Injil, the Gospels, if your book is confirming it, why are you arguing what I'm bringing to you as my evidence? And the point I was making with that is that would be me like telling you, I don't waste time with this. Prove he's the Messiah unless you guys are looking for the word for word, where he says he's God. I don't waste time with that because I think Jesus is the Messiah. So why are you denying what I'm bringing to you when your own Quran confirms it is what I was trying to present to you, which is why you're a hypocrite. And you knew it, which is why you told me if I talk about Islam, you're going to drop me. But Cora, before we go to the prompt, even though we have already addressed it and you already in record time got cooked, I want to know. If you
I
don't,
got cooked by not believing Jesus was God, even though he never claims to be God?
No, I said, why do you
Wait, is it my fault that
No,
I don't believe Jesus is God, even though he never said I should?
Cora, that's not what I said. The reason why I said you got cooked is because I asked you, is Jesus your Lord and Savior? And you said no. And I said, okay, well then you reject him. And you said, no, I don't. I'm just like his disciples, I'm just like them. And I was like, actually,
yeah,
you're.
Like James,
well, hold on real quick.
Specifically James,
hold on real quick. Cora, you didn't say none of that stuff. And I said, well, are you sure about that? Because they call him Lord, and they also know that he's their Savior. So again, by your own definition too, you reject Jesus. It was a record cook for you, Cora. I'm probably going to post it. So Cora, my next question to you, since we've already done away with the prompt, man, I proved you wrong so quick.
Wait,
hold on, Cora. Well, I'll let you ask. I'll let you ask. I promise you. Just let me get this out.
I want to address.
I'll let you out. It's okay.
I want to address that.
Okay, go ahead. Yeah.
So let me address that. So, perfect. So me rejecting Jesus because I quote unquote don't call him Lord and Savior. So let me ask you this. So in the book of Acts, would I be rejecting Jesus by just affirming that he was a servant of God, like Acts says, and me just affirming that Jesus never claimed to be God, and that Jesus claimed that we should uphold the law, the same exact way that his brother James upheld the law, upheld the Torah, said that we should uphold the law and should uphold the Torah, and directly contradicts the teachings of Paul, your false apostle, who advocates for the abrogation of the law? Would I be rejecting Jesus by following him and his beloved brother James the Just? Would I be incorrect in that? Go ahead and tell me.
Yeah, that's a question you were asking. I said I had a question first. So, Cora, you can ask that monologue question.
Yeah, but you gave me the ability to ask the question, did you not?
Well,
so are you going to address it, or are you going to run away from it, Chosen?
I won't run from it. I will address it.
Go ahead, address it.
I didn't know you were going to try to ask me the final question on a math quiz type of question. I'm just asking you something simple here. Earlier, you said you don't worship a box or a rock. But when you pray 5 times a day, do you face a box that has a rock on it?
Yeah, I face the Qibla the same exact way that the Muslims also previously faced Masjid al-Aqsa. So is that me worship? Wait, hold on. Let me ask you a question. Is me facing something or being in a particular direction, does that necessitate that I'm worshiping at Chosen? Go ahead.
Do you have to face that direction?
Yeah, it's obligatory for me. Yep.
There you go, my sister.
So does it necessitate that I'm
there
worshiping
you go.
it?
Well, I'm just telling you.
It's a yes or no question, by the way.
As in somebody looking at that, it looks like you're worshiping a box with a rock on it. And this is ironic coming from the ones who love calling other people polytheists and pagans, when you literally just admitted you have to face the box with the rock on it.
Okay, so I have a question. So me specifically facing the house of God. Wait, so Chosen. Me specifically facing the house of God, which we believe is the Kaaba, and it being obligatory for me to do so necessitates that I worship it?
Well, Cora, I'm confused now. If that's the house...
It's a question.
Yep, here you go. Yep, you're just worshiping a box because Allah can't come into creation, so there ain't no way he's inside that box.
I mean, I never said he was, though. Wait, did I ever say he was?
Easy peasy, lemon squeezy.
On your part?
A tracking issue?
Oh,
no. Oh, I'm sorry, Cora. I thought you just said that was the house of God, but God can't dwell in there if he can't come in creation.
House of God means, and I'm using house of God the exact same way that the Old Testament uses house of God when it says that you have to give latria to it.
So
when the Old Testament
it's just a
obligates,
box?
I'm in the middle of talking. I'm in the middle of talking.
It's just a box?
When the Old Testament
Got it.
says that you should give latria to the house of God, is that the Old Testament saying that you should worship the house of God? Yes or no?
Cora, you're not going to like this conversation.
Answer the question. Yes
Cora,
or no?
you're
When
not
it says you give latria to the house of God, do you worship it?
Cora, you're not gonna like this because
It's a yes or no question, Chosen. Go
it's
ahead,
actually
answer.
it's actually not. I'm here to teach you, Cora. Is
Yeah,
God
you're not
actually?
doing much teaching. You're actually running.
It's probably because
So are you gonna
you're
answer?
it's probably because you're cutting me
Do
off
you
as
give
I'm trying to
latria
teach.
to the house of God according to the Old Testament?
I'm trying to prove a point here. So in the Old Testament, God was with them. So God was
So
with.
God was in the house?
So God was with them. You know,
Wait, was God in the house, Chosen?
is God in the box in the Kaaba?
Was God in the house that you were giving latria to in the Old Testament?
Me, I wasn't giving latria to nothing because God lives within
Okay,
me
when
now.
God obligates that you give latria to the house of God, was he inside of that box?
What is
Was
it?
he inside of the house?
What's latria? What is that?
Latria is the highest form of worship that's only given to the one true God. Maybe I have to educate you about Christian
Yeah.
theology. Latria
This
is
isn't
the
Christian.
worship that's given to the Trinity.
Yeah, so
right?
so this
the
isn't
triune God.
Oh.
Maybe I need to teach you, Chosen.
Wonderful. I'm so glad you said that. You're going to regret saying that because the one true God says that our bodies are the temple for him. So there is no box we have to face. But Cora, hold on real quick, Cora. Just so we're clear here. Well, that's because I'm wondering.
Hold on, Chosen. Just so
Well,
we're clear,
Cora,
you
'cause
get
you-
to answer my question. Do you
Well,
give
Cora-
latria to the house of God according to the Old Testament, Chosen? Answer.
Well, this is the first time I'm hearing this word.
Latria. That's unfortunate. Yeah, so I'll
First
go
time,
ahead and
yeah.
teach you, right?
Yeah, please
so
go for it.
latria, the word latria is a level of worship that is only given to the Most High God, which, by the way,
Sick.
is only given to the Father at that matter, right? It's only given to the Father, never to the Son, never to the Holy Spirit. So I'm just going to ask you simply, latria, the highest form of worship, is ascribed to the house of God. So according to the Old Testament, were you Christians or followers of God giving the highest form of worship to a building, to a temple, to a house? Answer.
Wonderful. Now let me talk, okay?
And it's a yes or no, just to let you know.
It's actually not, Cora. Wonderful, because you actually said some things that were incorrect. So allow me to correct your mistakes. You mentioned the Old Testament, and then you mentioned Christians worshiping in that way. Hello, you little silly goose. Christians aren't following the Old Testament. That was for the Jews. So in the New Testament, our new covenant, God is within us. So to answer your silly, goofy question, just to avoid the answer that no, Allah is not inside that box, the answer is no. That was never for me. The covenant I'm a part of, God is within me. So now, Cora, my question for you, since Allah is incapable of coming into creation, we can both agree you admitted you are worshiping it. You were trying to justify it. You are worshiping, turns out to be an empty box with a rock on it, right?
Beautiful. So no.
It's just a yes or no, Cora?
Beautiful.
Wait a minute. If you're not worshiping, hold on real quick, Cora. One second. I know this is gonna feel really good. Hold on one second.
I'm not worshiping.
Yeah,
Chosen, I'm in the middle of talking, so have some respect for yourself.
I know you are. So this is gonna feel real good. That felt real nice. So Cora, if you're not worshiping it, how come you just try to make a case for worshiping something? Like a house or whatever your case was. If you're not worshiping it, why were you building a whole case of worship of something if that's not what you're doing? Cora, seems like you're backpedaling.
Violins in the chat, fam. Violins in the chat. Chosen, I wasn't making a case for worshiping the house. I was asking you, according to the language that's used in the Old Testament, were these individuals worshiping the house of God? It's a simple question. And you appealing to the new covenant. Oh, so God, by the way, according to God's command, they were commanded to give latria to the house. So was God commanding polytheism?
You're not going to like this, Cora.
Answer the question. Was God commanding polytheism? Yes or no?
You're not going to like this,
Was
Cora.
God commanding...
We heard you the first time. What are you in a cave right now? Is this an echo? You're not gonna You're not gonna like this, Cora. I'm only muting you because you're getting out of hand. Sometimes, you would think.
Yes or no?
All right, well, I got you, Cora.
Violins in the chat.
Hold on real quick, Cora. Let me get through it, okay? No acting up, okay? Don't do this.
It's a yes or no.
Cora.
Answer.
That's one beep for you, okay? Usually,
It's a yes or no.
3 beeps. It's the end of it for you.
Yes or no, Joseph?
I know. Just hold on real quick, Cora, okay? Let me talk. Don't try to overtalk me. So here's the issue here. You're still in a pickle. So you're telling me that God changes is what you're saying, because we have progressive revelation, but in your belief they go from worshiping, giving praise to a location, to then no temple, no nothing for God, because he's not there no more, he's within us, to then going back to a box. But the cherry on top of this whole thing is, it's not even just a box, it's a box with nobody in it. Nobody's home. So we go from a place of worship where God is, and then we go from a place of worship where God is within us, and now we go to a place of worship where God isn't even at. Make it make sense, Cora.
Okay, perfect. So you said that my God changes due to this or whatever it may be.
Sure
kind of a
does.
stupid argument. Yeah, kind of a stupid argument for a Christian to make, because you believe that God went from being the invisible God to being a human being. So if anything, you're the God. Your God is the one that changes.
I'm a God?
Right?
Dang, that was shirk
No,
right there. We
you're
heard
the
it.
God.
We
Wait,
heard
hold
you
on,
call
you're
me God.
quote unquote.
Cora, you
Your
need Jesus more
God
than
is
ever
the one
now.
who changes.
You need him more than
Wait,
ever
hold on.
now.
I don't worship multiple
You've been
gods, thankfully.
condemned. You just called me a
But your
God.
God is
And
the-
you know what? I accept it. Yes, I will be your
That's
God.
quite
But just know
embarrassing
I
of
have
you.
a God above me. But yes, I will be your God, Cora.
No, you actually have a God that walked on earth with sandals, actually. That's the God that you have.
You
But
got
regardless,
well, hey,
Chosen.
you got a God with two right hands. What's he doing with those?
Yeah, but your God had private parts. So
Cora,
what's going on with that, Chosen?
this is ridiculous.
No,
Is-
it's embarrassing, to be honest. My God changes, but your God was a man.
Is it?
What does
Is
that
it?
mean?
Oh, I got you. So, oh yeah. So God doesn't change in who he is. But so if I went from a shirt like this and then I put on a blanket kind of like what you're wearing, did I change?
In essence, no, of course not.
I'm still the same person, huh?
Naturally, of course.
Right. So God doesn't change because Jesus is still the one true God who he's always
Okay.
been. Cora, it's crazy that you say
So God,
goofy
wait, God
things like
doesn't
that.
change
Pretty,
when he became a man. Wait,
pretty,
so when
pretty
God
low
became a
tier
man,
stuff.
he didn't change?
Pretty
Wait,
low
when
tier
God
stuff.
became a man, he didn't change?
When God took on flesh?
He just took on flesh, that wasn't a change? It
Well,
was the equivalent of,
well,
like, for example, changing
yeah.
clothing. It doesn't change your essence, right?
I get you. It doesn't change who God is. No different than, here's my hand. Now that I put my hand into a glove, is my hand completely different? No, it's still my hand. It's just within a glove. Come on,
No, of
Cora.
course. But you would also agree, since you're a Christian, that God took on a secondary nature and went from having only one nature to having a hypostasis, a hypostatic union between the human nature and the divine nature. So that is a change. Your God went from only having one nature to inheriting a second and having a human nature or a man-like nature. So your God did actually change, Chosen. Did you know that?
So if God is who he is outside of creation and then comes into creation and is still who he is, but obviously now he's got flesh, has he changed?
Wait, hold on. Do you agree that God took on a secondary
I'm just
nature?
I'm just
Answer my
asking you.
question.
Remember, this is a fruitful conversation,
Yeah,
Cora.
yeah, it is a fruitful
And
conversation.
are you
So since
remember?
it's a
So
fruitful
I'm just asking you.
conversation, you're gonna have to
so I'm
answer
just
my
answering-
questions when I
right.
ask them.
But Cora, I'm just asking you a pretty simple, innocent question here. So God, outside of the flesh, now coming into the flesh, how is he different? Just because now he's in the flesh? Well, what else was
That's a
God?
good question.
What else was God gonna do? He's
That's
gonna
a good
have to
question.
present
I'll
himself
answer
some
that.
way. So he
where
is the same, though,
change
right?
lies. Wait, I'm gonna answer that question. No, because the distinction is that at T1, God had a singular nature. At T2, when he came into the flesh, he took on a secondary nature and allowed for a hypostatic union, which means he went from having one nature to two. Is that a change? Yes or no?
You sound kind of nuts right now. I'm just being honest.
Is that a change? Yes or no? Answer the
right.
question.
It's not and it's exactly like what I just explained to you.
Wait, inheriting another nature isn't a change?
I'll be honest with this, Cora. I kind of spaced out because you're just saying stuff that's not really.
Wait, taking on another nature isn't a change.
So
Are you serious?
So, Cora, this is the question I'd asked you that I thought was pretty simple. Just a pretty simple, innocent question. God, outside of creation, who he is, coming into creation, now makes him
Was
somebody.
that too high tier for you, Chosen?
Now
Just
makes
be
some.
honest.
Well, to be honest with you, I don't really I don't read much of what Libiano
Yeah,
puts out.
you don't meet
I
this
don't.
level
I
of
don't.
intellect.
I don't
That's okay,
read.
Chosen,
I don't read.
understand.
I don't read much of what Libiano puts out. So.
Yeah, you don't read much of what I put out either because you're clearly not tracking.
Why would
Regardless,
hey,
the question is,
Cora,
Chosen.
why would I read anything you put out if you're best example of somebody
Yeah,
who
because
couldn't
what
read?
because what you'd have to do is you'd have to study up in order to refute the argument.
Was
Right now you're
Muhammad
acting
this
clueless.
was Muhammad this
Right now you're acting clueless.
was
Chosen.
Muhammad on the
Why are you acting
intellectual
clueless?
was Muhammad on the level of
Wait, hold
intellect that
on.
you are?
Why are you acting clueless? Chosen?
I'm just wondering, are you on a higher level than Muhammad or equal or is he below you?
No, of course not.
So he
are you
was-
on a higher level than your gospel authors
So-
because they were illiterate?
No, I'm just wondering because you're being so mean to me.
No, I'm asking a
So
question.
Muhammad was as intelligent as you are?
You're significantly more intelligent. Were your gospel authors more intelligent than you are?
Significantly more intelligent. Let's find
Wait,
out.
answer my question.
Well,
Were your gospel authors
we're
more
about
intelligent
to-
than you are? Because according to the books in the
Well,
New
we're
Testament,
talking about your
they were
best example.
illiterate.
We're talking about your best example.
Wait, no,
They're
we're
not-
actually talking about Jesus.
We're talking about your best
about
example.
Jesus right
You
now.
love
You're running
Muhammad,
to your
right?
religion.
Just give me a
Wait,
moment
you see
here.
the way you're running
I'll go
to
back to
Islam?
Jesus.
It's
I'll go
quite
back.
embarrassing,
I'll go back
Chosen.
to Jesus. I promise you. But
Okay,
I just,
yeah, go back to Jesus now.
I
because
will.
it seems like you're running
I know because you
from the
hate
topic.
Islam and you hate Muhammad. I get it.
Wait, are you running from the topic, Chosen?
I'm not. You've been defeated on the topic. What has it been? 30 minutes now?
Wait, you just said that inheriting another nature isn't
30,
a change. So who
30
got
minutes
defeated,
now?
Chosen?
Is this the
Who got
topic?
defeated, Chosen?
Is this the topic though?
Wait, hold on, Chosen.
All right, so this was the question. If Muhammad is as smart as you are,
Host, why are you stuttering? It's okay. You don't need to freak out.
was that a
We're just having
stutter? I just
conversation.
said a few words. No
Yeah,
stutter, wasn't
you're-
it?
we're having
All right, hold on
normal
real quick.
conversation.
So if Muhammad is as smart as you are and you're as smart as he is, do you know what a kid is, a child is, or no? Because he sure didn't know. Do you know?
Yeah, I am fully aware of what a child
What is a
I'm
child?
just as aware. Yeah,
What
I'm
is a
just
child?
as
Let's see.
aware as the
No,
God of
let's see. Let's see if you do know. What is a child?
Did Jesus go from having 1 to 2
Hey,
natures? Yeah.
just want to know, what is a child? And I just want to see if you're being honest. If not, if you
Don't
have,
run. 1 to 2
we'll
natures,
avoid
that'll
it.
change.
So just clearly,
1 to 2 natures.
I'll speak on your behalf, Cora. You're definitely
Answer
up
the question.
here.
1 to 2 natures, is that a change?
Muhammad's down here. You'd be slam dunking on him.
Chat, he's
as far as I know.
running. 1 to 2 natures, is that a change? Violins in the chat with quick.
Yeah, Cora, you're cringe.
Violin.
You're cringe, Cora. Hold it together.
Violin.
Hold it together real quick, Cora. So let me explain it to you. You know
One's in
why?
the chat if you want-
Yeah, one's in the chat if you guys want a booty clap. One's in the chat if you want a booty clap.
One's in the chat.
Hold on, Cora. I'll let you talk. No need to sound like you're drowning right now.
Embarrassing?
I know it is that you're behaving this way. You're
You've
lucky.
embarrassed her.
You're lucky I'm not a Muslim
1 to
man.
2
You're
nature.
not allowed to talk over a Muslim
1 to
man, so
2
you're
nature.
lucky. Hold on real quick, Cora.
1 to 2 natures.
Cora, I'll let you talk, but you're just acting ridiculous right now. Hold on, okay? So
I'm
there's
acting ridiculous. Did your God change from 1 to 2 natures? Answer the question.
Cora, let me
Did your
explain it.
God go from the state of having 1 to 2 natures?
Maha-
Answer,
hey,
coward.
Hold on, I'm not a coward. I'm just on.
Okay, so
I'm
answer
not,
the question.
Hold on, I'm not
Did
necessarily.
your God go from having 1 to 2 natures?
I'd say Muhammad's here. I'm a little above on the intellect.
Wait, hold on.
So
Did-
I'm just
did
trying
your
to.
God
Cora,
go-
keep it. Hold it together.
Did your
Okay.
God-
You're probably suffocating in that blanket. Get a little whiff of air. Nobody can see you. Just get some fresh air. You're acting crazy. I'm trying to answer it for you. I'm trying to
You're
tell
really
you.
not, though.
I am. It's just you keep acting weird and talking over me.
Answer.
I'm doing it. So Cora, this is what I'm trying
Okay,
to.
so it's a yes or no. Did your God go from having 1 to 2 natures? It's a yes or no question. Is this Christianity? I thought you guys should let your yeses be yeses and your no's be no's.
All right, awesome. So, Cora, this is remember this is supposed to be a fruitful conversation. Remember that, okay? So, you tell me because I don't understand what the issue is of unseen God making himself seen, and he could only do that if he came into creation. So, what's the issue with unseen God making himself seen, and how does unseen God all of a sudden become somebody different just because he took on flesh and came into creation? If my hand is
That's
still
a
my
good
hand,
question.
even if I put a glove on, what's the problem here? Why is this an issue of God doing this?
Okay, perfect. Does anybody else think that he's shifting the topic? But regardless, the point that's being
What-
made is
what was
the
the
reason
topic?
why
I
that's
thought
an
we were talking
issue.
about it.
Wait, the reason why that's an issue is because you said that there is a problem in my theology because quote unquote God changes. But you believe that when Jesus came into flesh, he took on a second nature. So he changed from having only one nature to having two. Do you agree that that's a change, going from one nature to two?
Going from one nature to two? I don't. Well, you know what? I guess to be fair, we could say, in the sense of, me going from, let's say I ran around all day and I was just naked, and then I started wearing clothes all the time. I'm still the same person, but now I'm somebody who wears clothes. So in that sense, we could look at it like that. I know you're somebody who's like somebody just clip farming, so I got to be really extra careful with the words I say to you little slippery snakes. But the real question I have for you that really matters here, Cora, is why is it an issue that the all-powerful God can come into creation?
You notice how you didn't answer the question. I asked if
Oh,
it
I
was a
thought I
change.
did. I thought I
Yeah,
did.
I asked if it was a change. Let your yes be yes and your no be no. If this is a fruitful discussion,
Well,
you,
I guess-
you should be
yeah.
able to answer true
Right.
dichotomies.
Right. I guess
is
I'm-
it a change, yes or no?
Yeah,
Chosen?
I guess I'm not getting your silly question. So let me just answer it in the way I think maybe that's what you're saying. So I think God is who he is, always the same as always been. If the unseen God taking on flesh counts as a change for you, fine. I'll play the game. Sure.
Wait, is that not a change objectively, going from having one nature to two? Is that not a change?
Well, who God is, his divine nature stays the same. Just because he took on flesh, his divine nature doesn't change. He still is who he was before he took on flesh.
Yeah, but does he have a secondary nature
Cora,
that's human?
Obviously, he took on flesh.
So if
Cora?
he has a second, beautiful. So if he has a secondary nature,
It's crazy.
that is wait, hold on. So if he has a secondary nature that is in union with his divine nature, is that a change? Did God go from having only one nature to having two? Yes or no? Did he go from having one nature to two?
Yeah, he did.
Perfect. So you just conceded that your God changes. Thank you very much.
Okay.
So you have no problem with God changing because you believe that your God changes.
Oh no!
Now that
Cora.
we've gotten
Hold
out
on,
of
Cora.
that issue,
I know,
now
right?
that we've
I know,
got-
right? I gotta play these little games with you. So hold on, Corey. Now that we got out of that issue, since you have a problem with a God that
You just got baked. Goodbye.
Oh, there it is. All right, see you, Cora. There she goes. There she runs. Everybody join Islam. You notice that she ran because she had nowhere to go. Had nowhere to go with this. This is embarrassing. Now this is what Islam is. This is what Islam is. She came up here saying, let's have a fruitful conversation. And then when I get to the real heart of it, tell me why this is a problem. That God taking on flesh is an issue. Why can't God do that? Why is that a problem? No. You need to talk about, is this a change? Is this a change? Technically, a change? Sure.